Jared, as always, thank you very much for being with us. And I just want to start with something that is kind of crazy. Another Detroit Lion fan road game takeover. How noticeable is it to you, and how much of a difference does it make when you're in a visiting stadium and Lions fans are making that much noise?
Yeah, it's extremely noticeable. We noticed it pregame, really, before the game even started, how many of our fans were there, and you never know if it's gonna, if their fans are gonna show up as the pregame goes by. But sure enough, as we walked out of the tunnel for the game, it was a sea of blue kind of behind our bench, and yeah, it means a hell of a lot. It doesn't quite feel like we're playing in a hostile environment anymore. It feels like we are playing, in front of our home fans. And then when we're on defense, man, it's loud. It's not as loud as a home game, but it's loud enough to give them some issues on offense. And you can't ask for much more from your fans, and it's been awesome to see it.
Does that continue after the game when you guys are getting on the buses to head to the airport too? Are there fans waiting for you?
Oh yeah. They're fired up, and we love their support. We love seeing them on the road games, and it means a lot.
I wanted to ask you this, because after these wins on the road, and it's just a lot of fun to watch, and the team doing like victory laps around and high-fiving with the fans, are you or any member of your team afraid to engage with GM Brad Holmes after a win for fear of his overly aggressive high five?
Yeah, man, he kind of sees red or blacks out or something, and goes wild there. I was kind of laughing when he was doing it with the crowd. Man, it's so cool to see. We love his energy and his passion, and it bleeds into us in some ways too. But yeah, man, it's always fun to see him get that fired up, and we love it.
So yesterday we had packed phone lines all day. Everybody's jacked up, and the one play everybody wanted to talk about, or many people wanted to talk about, was Craig Reynolds' block. From your perspective, that play, it's a third down. You throw it to Amon-Ra underneath. He's got to get some ground to get the first down. He sets up the blocks brilliantly before he can knife up the field. But take us through it from your perspective, that play that led to the touchdown.
Yeah, I think, what was it, like 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12? And really in that situation, I'm thinking about, can we get close to going for it on 4th? Can we get to 4th and 3 or 4th and 2 so we can go for it? Or, if it's 4th and 5, 4th and 6, maybe we'll just kick a field goal. Especially when you're in that red zone area. So just getting the ball to Saint, one of our best players, getting the ball in space, and he kind of did the rest. And obviously Craig's block, sprung him, but it was a great play all around. And you kind of see it developing as Craig's getting out in front of him. You're like, ooh, this might have a chance. And sure enough, they did the rest. It was a lot of fun.
How many times did you guys watch and rewatch that block?
A lot, yeah. I mean, I've seen it a million times at this point, but yeah, it's a testament to who Craig is and what he means to our team, and obviously Saint making the play with the ball in his hands. But yeah, it was a cool play all in all to score a touchdown there on a play that really wasn't supposed to be much more than 5 to 10 yards.
So you've talked to us last year and taught us a little bit about what it means when a quarterback and a wide receiver have great chemistry. Amon-Ra and you are on the same page, it feels like, all the time. Tell us a little bit, is there a play or two that stood out in this game where you're like, okay, that's where the chemistry matters, that's where the trust matters? Is there a play that you can think of in this game where it really, that we wouldn't have noticed just being fans watching the game?
Sure, yeah. It might have been the first third down or the second third down. I threw it to him like right in front of the safety. Yep. And he caught and then tackled pretty quickly. And I threw that so early, way before his break, knowing that it was going to be that tight. And that's just trust. I trust him to cross that safety's face. Not all receivers have the balls to do that, to run in there knowing they're going to get hit and make that catch and finish it and pick up the first down. And then at the end of the game, we were like a 3rd and 3, and he ran just a little quick out. And again, I kind of knew what he was going to do, speed it up a little bit and get himself open. And he ran a great route, made a great catch, and it's that anticipation that I'm able to play with him because he's so consistent. I can trust him.
Yeah, I think that last play was one where they had the pylon cam and Saint dove and caught it and then plowed over the pylon cam. It was a great replay and just enough for the first down.
Josh Reynolds apparently only catches passes for first downs and touchdowns. 18 of his 19 receptions have gone that way. How happy are you for him and that Brad Holmes actually made the deal to bring him here to Detroit?
Yeah, extremely happy for him. I think he's another example of another guy on our team that he went from LA to Tennessee, didn't work out for him in Tennessee, was put on the practice squad there, or put down from active to inactive, and became available. And Brad made the move, whatever that was 2 years ago, and he's just kept ascending since, and has meant a lot to our offense right now, man. He's really provided a spark for us in certain areas, and is playing so confident and is making tough catches and blocking really hard and doing everything right. So it's a testament to who he is, and he just keeps getting better every week.
How about that Jameson Williams touchdown? Take us through that play and what it means to get him going.
Yeah, it means a lot. We want to try to get the ball in his hands as much as possible with how explosive he is. But, we ran like kind of a quick snap concept where we just kind of walked up and snapped it. And on defense, they do a lot of disguise there in Tampa, and they wanted to disguise their single high safety down in the box and kind of caught him off guard and, ran by him. And Jameson ran a great route. Jameson made a hell of a catch on it. It wasn't my best throw of the day, but he made a great catch kind of spinning around there. And, sometimes that happens. Those guys make plays too. And it's a lot of fun when guys like him can get open and you can get him the ball.
What did it mean for you after the game when coach is there in the locker room handing out game balls and you get one of the game balls?
Yeah, it means a lot. He doesn't give out game balls that often. So when he does, it carries pretty significant weight. And, it means a lot. I've been, trying to do my best for our team, trying to get wins, and for him to recognize that is great. But it's always a result of a team effort. It really always is. And our defense was giving us short fields. They were getting off the field quickly, putting us back on the field. I thought the O-line protected really well against a really good defense, a really complicated defense that was bringing a lot of blitzes. And, I just made some throws. It felt good all day sitting in there. But, it feels good when Dan does that. But, it's always a team thing whenever there's game balls going out. It only happens after wins,
Yeah. Lions quarterback Jared Goff with us here on 97.1 The Ticket. Everybody says the same things when players get hurt. Hey, we have a next man up mentality. But that doesn't mean it's just there's going to be no drop off. What is it about this group that you've been able to do, what you've been able to do, where it feels like sometimes you have 4 or 5 starters out offensively and you're really not missing a beat?
Yeah, I think it is next man up, absolutely, and the guys who have stepped in have done a hell of a job. I think Coyote and Graham. I know Graham's played a lot of football, but stepping in for Big B, he's played great since he's been in, and I think that as well as when you guys go down, you need your best players to turn it on even more, and I think that's what you've seen. I think Frank and Deck and Panay have played off the charts this year, and then you go down the list, you go with Saint and some of these guys on the outside, and Montgomery, and all these guys that have picked up the slack in some ways, and that's what good teams do. You find ways to win when things may be not in your favor, and we've done that.
13-3 in the last 16 games, 5-1 to start the season. It's been fantastic. But looking ahead, what is the biggest test for the rest of the season? Is it a single game? Is it a mindset? Is it staying injury-free? What do you see as the biggest test ahead?
Yeah, I think it's TBD. There will be something. There will be some adversity to come. We've won 4 straight. Everything's daisies and roses right now. We're winning a bunch of games. It feels good, and you'd like to win all of them and finish the season 16-1. And but if that doesn't happen, there's going to be some sort of adversity at some point that we've got to push through and come back and bounce back from. But we're not there yet. We're just keeping our head down one game at a time, and got to go beat Baltimore this week. It'll be another tough one on the road, another good defense, another explosive offense, and it'll be a huge challenge for us, but one that we'd like to get.
I don't know how you felt about this before this season, but let me know if it's any different or not. But do you look forward to road games now?
Yeah, you love being at home in front of our home crowd, but it's fun to see our fans do what they've done the last few road games and show up and make the crowd atmosphere not fully an away game. It really isn't. Like, we'll throw a touchdown or have a big play and hear the crowd roar, and I'm like, holy smokes, we're all the way in Florida, and it feels like we're at home. So it's a lot of fun, and hopefully it's the same this week.
Early look at Baltimore, big game looming this weekend. What stands out, or what is your early read on some keys for you guys offensively against that defense?
Yeah, another really good defense. I think last week Tampa is one of the top defenses in the league, and this will be no different. Another really good defense, very similar in some ways. 2 really good linebackers again that we got to handle, and a really good young, athletic defensive backs, and then a good front. So it's a tough defense. They're always tough. it's at their place. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a good environment. It'll be a challenge, but we'll be ready.
You had a birthday over the weekend. You're still this side of 30. Did you get a chance to go out for your birthday, and what'd you do?
I did not go out. No, I stayed here. Just me and my fiance had dinner at the house, and I traveled on Saturday, which was my actual birthday, and played the game the next day. But yeah, no, I haven't had a chance to go out and celebrate, and maybe on the bye week we'll see.
Now that you've been around for more than a couple years here in Detroit, have you found your go-to pizza joint?
Ooh. Yes, I have. I don't eat pizza that often, but when I do, I was doing the Detroit style stuff for a little while. I can't remember the name of the place a couple of years ago, and kind of like, all right, I want to try something different. There's a place, Brooklyn Pizza. I know it's not very
in Birmingham, yeah.
Yeah, in Birmingham, it's not. I believe they're a chain. I believe it's specific to Birmingham, but that's been my favorite as of late.
There you go.
Solid pie.
Happy birthday, and keep up the good work. We appreciate you joining us each and every week, and we'll talk next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
There he is, Lions quarterback Jared Goff, joining us every Tuesday here on 97.1 The Ticket.